coached a business student with no scholarship to study MBA at the University of Bridgeport, and he was approved on August 1st, 2024. In this video, we're going to look at some of the coaching questions and answers that he prepared and how his F1 visa interview went. If you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel and giving the video a like. Helps the channel a lot. It helps me bring you more of such content. Alright, let's get started. Realized that Hi guys, so I realized that I was just talking in the air, so I had muted my mic. So yeah, I'm excited to have you, and it's been 2 weeks. Yeah, so what I was saying is that I am working on something, and that was the reason I took the break, and I was hoping that by this weekend I'll be able to announce it, but it's still not ready. It's a lot of work, so hopefully I'll be able to announce it next weekend. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, and so today we are going to continue with our series on how to study abroad, with full scholarship. And today I'm going to look at one school that I will recommend, actually, because it is a school that I've recommended to people in the past. And there is a guy called Al Hassan who is actually in that school right now. And yeah, it's a school that I've recommended to a lot of people. So, and I know people who actually studied there before I even came to the US, so it's a good school. And yeah, you have to be ready to pay the application fee. It is what it is. And I'm going to post a video on Tuesday, and the video is about those of you who have tried for a year, 2 years, 3 years without any any good offer. It's a video for you guys, so that like I want to tell you what I think about your situation and what you should do. I mean, obviously, it's not going to be an easy thing. You still have work to do. So it's all about the work that you have to do to change your situation. So you can watch out for that video on Tuesday. So yeah, today, so the name of the school is Illinois State University. I have changed a little bit the screen a little bit. I used to have the charts, but I just felt probably not that necessary. So so today we are going to explore Illinois State University. And Illinois State University is among the schools that I recommended in my top 20 US schools that you should check out based on certain factors, including the requirements. There are so many schools you can think about: Harvard, MIT, Emory University, like University of Chicago. But the reality is that for most of the people who watch videos like this, they probably need to look at certain schools, right? So those are the schools that I recommended, because if you want to get into Harvard, you need to have a GPA of, like, you need to have a good GPA. And it's not just a GPA, but depending on the program, you may need to submit a good GRE score, like almost perfect GRE score, and also certain things that you've done. Like it takes a lot of work depending on the program. For some programs, yeah, it's normal, but for STEM programs, you need to put in a lot of work. So I have tried to look at schools that, even with a minimum GPA of 3.0, and you submit a good application in terms of your resume and stuff like that, you have a good chance. So basically, that's what this is about. So Illinois State University, yeah, it's in Illinois, and I'm also in Illinois, and it's a school that you can actually look at. Now, if somebody recommends a school to you and you have no knowledge about the school, all you have to do is type the name of the school. So that is exactly what we are going to do. Like, people say, I don't know how to do it, or I need to consult an agent. Like, no, you don't need anybody. If you cannot follow what I am doing to do it on your own, then you don't deserve to come to the US. It's as simple as that. Because I have a WhatsApp group for international students, and you know people will tell you that this is not what they expected. Like, it's a lot of work, and all of that, and coupled with the weather and all of that. So it's not easy. So yeah, guys, you have to be ready to put in the work. If you use an agent, the agent cannot give you something better than you can actually get for yourself, honestly. So all right, let's get into it. If you have any question, leave it in the chat. I'll do my best to respond to them. And yeah, I will actually like to know where you are watching this from. It kind of gives me an idea of where people are watching my streams from. So all right, so let's look at Illinois State University. And once you go to Google and you put it in Illinois State University, you're going to get a lot of links. Sometimes the first link you see will be sponsored link. I don't like to use a sponsored link, so we can look here and then click this first one. So that will bring us to the website. The first thing we want to do is, it depends on the program you are interested in. So that, like, you can go to academics and then check on the programs, whether it's graduate or undergraduate. So you can also use a filter to see what you want. So doctorate, masters, and then majors and minors will be undergraduate programs. So let's say masters, right? Then it will tell us all the programs. So we can click here to see what they offer. So I don't know, we can look at maybe mathematics or something. What I can tell you is that they offer funding, for students in terms of like for some of the programs. I cannot say for all the programs, but I think Alassane is studying college student personnel administration or something like that. College student personnel, something like that. So when we look at all right, let me so here you see they require a minimum GPA of 2.8, which means that in the last 60 hours of your undergraduate work. So yeah, for some schools they require a minimum GPA of 3.0, but here they are saying that a minimum GPA of 2.8. What that means is that your GPA has to be at least 2.8, and then you have to convince them with other part of the application, or the other application materials, which include your personal statement, your resume, stuff like that. So yeah, those are some of the reasons why I recommend schools like that, because the requirements are flexible and stuff. So, and they require 3 semesters of calculus, 1 semester of linear algebra, your resume or CV, so whichever one. I have videos on each of them. So, and here they are very clear. They are saying that the statement of purpose, this is what they want to see. So you have to tailor your personal statement to what they want to see. So they want to know what you hope to learn from the program, what your academic and professional goals are, more like your long-term plan, right? And then why you are interested in it. So yeah, you can start from your background, what drew you to mathematics and why you are interested in mathematics and stuff like that. Then here they require the GRE. Unfortunately, yeah, for the mathematics program they require the GRE. But what they are saying is that if your GPA is at least 3.6, then they are going to waive the GRE for you. So yeah, and what they are also saying is that if your GPA is between 3.2 and 3.6, then you can submit a waiver petition form, right, for them to waive it for you. So this one is case by case, but this one definitely are going to waive it for you. So those are the things. And here they are saying that they offer graduate assistantships. So that's what we are interested in. So they are saying that the university provides graduate assistantships as a means of financial support. They are intended as a way to facilitate a student progress to degree while providing important professional development. So, and to get an assistantship, you have to be admitted. People ask me, I have received admission, how can I get funding? That's not how it works. Most of you don't get it. Whether you'll be given admission, whether you'll be given assistantship or not, depends on the application that you have already submitted. That's how it is. So, but then for some schools, the way it works is that when they give you admission, automatically they will consider you for funding, and then depending on how competitive your application is, they will give you the funding. For other schools, they will give you admission, and then they will tell you to apply for the assistantship. They will give you a form, or they will tell you to download a form on their website, and then you download the form, you fill the form out, and then they will look at all those who have filled the forms, and then they will use that to make a decision. So don't think about funding after you have received admission. If you receive admission and the school doesn't give you funding or anything, or the school doesn't give you a form to apply for funding, then you probably wouldn't get any funding. That's just how it is. So you have to make sure your application is very strong. People don't want to spend a lot of time on the application, but that's the most important thing. You have to spend time on the personal statement. You have to polish it, go back to it a few times and all of that. Let somebody review it to correct the mistakes, because when you write something, you are not going to see certain mistakes, but when you give it somebody, the person will be able to spot all those mistakes. And also for the assistantship, you have to be in good standing. Good standing here is for those, this is more like if you want to maintain the assistantship, you have to be in good standing. And most of the time, good standing means your GPA has to be at 3.0, and you also have to be enrolled full-time. So full-time means at least 9 credit hours. And the way the assistantship works is that you are going to receive wages, which is the stipend, and also a waiver of 100% of your tuition. So there is no tuition. And then a waiver of up to 12 credit hours of tuition for summer, which means you can even take courses in summer and then they are going to waive it for you, which is a good thing. So we have seen the funding, we have seen the requirements. The next thing is for us to just go ahead and apply. That's just how it is. If you want, you can also register for a graduate student visit. For this one is for those who are already in the US. If you are outside the US, you cannot do this. But then they might have online, sessions that you can actually join to learn more about the program, and also ask questions, because that also helps. So yeah, we've seen what we are interested in, and all we have to do is just look for apply. If we don't see it there, so here it's apply. And of course we have to check the deadlines, right? They are saying that fall is July 1st. July 1st is for those who are in the US. If you're outside the US and you are serious about a school, submit your application by the end of December or by the end of January. It is very, very important. Early submissions are very important. Okay, so, and there are a lot of people, when they come to me and they've been denied before and they are like, they want to go again for spring, and I'm like, please don't go. They don't understand. Spring, you're not going to get any funding. And apart from even funding and visa and all of those things, when you come in spring, the weather is very cold. You guys don't understand. Well, anyways, before we apply, let me just see if there are comments to respond to before we So hi Daniel, hi Raymond, hi Alex, hi Raymond, yeah, thank you. Okay, yeah, I think you couldn't hear me at the beginning. Yeah, I think now it's fine. Hamidi is from Ghana, Momeni from South Africa, Karen Asuja from Nigeria. Kerry says, Kerry, I really miss all of you. Microcode says, Microcode is from Ghana. Okay. Khan is saying how to get assistantship offer from university. Can we get assistantship offer for our first semester, being at our home country? I don't know what do you mean, but so I mean, based on what I understand about your question, you can, when the school gives you an assistantship, it means you are working for the school. So you have to be here to enjoy the assistantship, because the assistantship means you are working and you are going to be paid and all of that. If you are not in the school, how do you work for the school? During the COVID, schools made it possible for people to kind of maintain a tuition waiver. So they are not giving you stipend, but then you have tuition waiver because of the COVID. So, like student couldn't come and all of that. So then they can give you that just so that you can enroll in the program and study in your home country. But then typically you have to be in the US to have an assistantship. That's just how it is. I don't know why you have an assistantship and want to be in your home country. That's not how it works. So okay, Khan is from Pakistan. My best friend is actually, my best friend here, her name is Farel. She's from Pakistan actually. MFI is from Ghana. Saki is from Ghana. Shini Merem is from Nigeria. Kehinde is from Nigeria. Eric is from Tanzania. Erita from Ghana. Ibrahim from Ghana. Frances from Sierra Leone. That's good. I see a lot of people from different African countries. So, and also Pakistan. That's good. So let's so that's just how you look for schools. I don't know how difficult. If you've not done it before, if you've not seen somebody do it before, you'll be like, this thing is intimidating, I can't do it. But that's just what I have done, right? You just type the name of the school, explore it. When you go to academics, you're going to see everything that they offer. If I want, I can decide to, okay, let's do it all over again, because I want you guys to get this thing. It's very simple. Illinois State University, right? Once you type it into Google, you can click here, and then you just go to academics. You can also go to admission. Admission can also take you there, but academics, because we want to see the academic programs. So then, if we want, we can do majors, and then let's do some undergraduate stuff and see. So undergraduates, what program? Undergraduates, cybersecurity. Undergraduates in the like cybersecurity. So then we have to explore and see the kind of funding. So they have a priority deadline. This is usually what this means is anytime you see priority deadline, it means you have to apply before this deadline, because that is if you want to be considered for a scholarship or the best scholarship. Basically that's just how it works. So here, if you have a question, you can send them, you can fill this form and then send it to them. They will reach out to you, and if you have questions about the program. But let's click on this to see if they will be clear about the scholarships that they offer. So the way I'm doing this, I might miss certain things, but basically everything you need is on the website. If you don't find it, send an email. It's just straightforward. So don't pay money to anybody, and so let's go to international. Okay, well, this is all about the deadline. But so let's say I'm looking for scholarship and I can't find anything. All I have to do is I can use this search here, and then search, and then just do scholarship, right? I can just do that, and then it will lead me to the scholarships that they have. So then this is what I'm looking for: scholarships and financial aid, right? Off campus. Let's just go with the first one, and then see. We are likely to see everything that we want to see. So they have departmental scholarships, and I am looking for international. If we don't find it, what we are looking for, we'll do another thing to find it, because everything is always there. It's just the way it is, right? All right. So it's not really clear. It's not clear, exactly. But here we can do scholarship finder. Okay, we can even go with the Illinois State, this one, or even off campus. We can open all the links and kind of check on each of them to see what each of them is about. That's just, straightforward. And they have the scholarship and domestic students. Okay, this is for domestic students. 1,000 to 5,000. We don't need. This is not good. 12,000. Yeah, it depends on the cost. It depends on the cost of attendance, but still 12,000 is still not good for me. So here, you can get 12,000 with just your GPA, right? If you want a scholarship that is really good, you have to take the SAT. That's just how it is, man. It's just how it is. So, all right, let's go to financial aid and costs and see. You can just be clicking, and it will take you to whatever you are looking for. So explore scholarships. We are back to where we were. All right, it's fine. We will still keep. So yeah, it looks like for freshmen, this is the scholarships that they have. They have only 2 scholarships. So I didn't recommend Illinois State for undergraduate studies. If you want a good scholarship, you have to check the schools that are recommended for undergraduate studies, because they are going to tell you that they offer full tuition waiver, and also academic scholarship and housing scholarship and all of that. So those ones, you are going to get a full scholarship or near full scholarship. Illinois State, it doesn't look like they have that. So and even this particular one is for a domestic student, but this one is probably includes international student. We can click on it to find out more. And for some schools, you can actually apply for 3 scholarships. I coached Anthony, who is already in the US. He had 2 different scholarships, right, in the school, and the combined amount of the scholarships was almost full scholarship. It wasn't exactly full scholarship. I think there was a deficit of about 5,000 or so. He got like 72,000 out of 79,000. Yeah, I think something like that. So yeah, so that's like 7,000, right? So yeah, that's just. But he submitted SAT, good WASI, and all of those things. So so sometimes one scholarship might not be enough. You might have to check for departmental and then the general one and all of that. So somebody will say they are doing application for somebody. Then they use a GPA. Okay, So this one is up to 48,000. 48,000 doesn't mean that's what you are going to get. It's just on the I-20 they are only going to give you 12,000. So 48 is for 4 years in the program, which is not good enough because the cost of attendance is likely to be a lot. So I wouldn't tell anybody to use this. Somebody will do application for you, get you 12,000, and then because you don't understand, you think the 12,000 is a lot, and then you get to the US and you realize that, hey, 12,000 is nothing. Then you are in trouble because I guess students reach out to me a lot about issues, and it's not easy. Some of you, if you don't have a good scholarship and your parents don't have the money, don't come. Please don't come. Just do what you have to do. Do your research. Take the SAT. If you have to take the GRE evaluation, do all of these things and then get a good scholarship. When you come, you can enjoy life. So don't be rushing things. So yeah, I mean, undergraduates, it's not really. I don't really think there is anything good enough for us here. So then they are giving you outside scholarships that you can. I don't like outside scholarships because sometimes they have conditions. Sometimes it's not even big enough, like small scholarship. So I always like scholarships from the school. So that's what I focus on. So we can go back to mathematics, or if you want, you can also go back here, academics, and then look for a different program. Let's say masters, and then we can scroll here. We can maybe anthropology or applied economics. The applied economics, they've admitted people in the past before. I know that one. And so the applied economics, they require the GRE and GMAT, and so some of them, they are clear. They will tell you they want 150 or better. So that's something. And 2 letters of recommendation, a CV or resume, 300-word personal statement or statement of purpose. Somebody asked me, if they say 300, do I have to have more than that? No, I wouldn't. I would rather have like 250, or between 250 and then 300, or maximum, I don't know, maybe 350 maximum. So maybe more like 250 and then 350, but I will try to get to 300 because when they give you a word requirement like that, it is important. They don't have time to read a lot, so they are giving you pointers for you to stick to that. English proficiency, this one, you always have to check, but for many people, Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Liberia, South Africa, I don't think you'll be required to take the English proficiency. So waivers, so Australia, Canada, African countries, so Botswana, Burundi, Cameroon, Ghana, Kenya, Malawi, Nigeria, like the countries that I mentioned, they're all here. So normally you are waived from these things. If you are from India, India, it looks like okay, so here they are saying that if you are from India, the school accepts 3-year degrees from India. So yeah, they didn't mention Ghana. So if you have HND from Ghana or Nigeria, which is 3 years, I don't know, if you want, you can send them an email to find out. But yeah, normally if you have something which you don't know whether the school has it or not, or the school accept it or not, you have to reach out to them. So yeah, HND, if you are from India, then yeah, they accept it. But for other countries, I don't know if there is any information like that here, but I don't see anything. So here they are saying that, however, submitting SAT or ACT scores make you eligible for scholarships at the university. Without ACT, you are not going to get anything better. So, well, the scholarship finders, I think we saw this one, and I think we saw these two, right? Okay, so let's look at the international one and see what it's about. I don't know. Open house if you want to learn more about. Here, if you want to submit, a scholarship, you have to submit it by. Undergraduate scholarships, I want to see for scholarship, or at least more than 50% before I'll be interested in it. So, and here are department scholarships. So depending on your department, you can get some scholarships as well. Let's check economics. So in the economics department, there are so many scholarships. You have to check on each of them, and here they give you 1,000 minimum. So yeah, and here and they have information about everything. I think Illinois State, the information they put out is clear enough. For some schools, it's probably confusing. So, but yeah, this is straightforward. So let's say we want to apply, right? Let's say economics. We have seen some good stuff here and want to apply, right? We can just first thing make sure you meet all the requirements, and then once you do that, let me check the GRA again. So they are saying that they okay, yeah, they require the GRA. So yeah, let's apply. So here, if you are undergraduate and you are an international student, you probably have to use a common app. You can also use the Illinois State application if you want. But for graduate students, you have to scroll down and then you can go with this. If you go with this, it's straightforward. But here they will like, okay, well, probably we can go with this one, because it says variety of applications for all undergraduates and graduates. I am very sure this and this will still be the same, but I mean, let's check on both of them. So international students, you will have to, okay, all right, let's go down. Yeah, okay, so we have to do the student application. Then here, let's check this one and see. I'm sure it will take us to the same place. Yeah, we can use a grad class. This one will also, I'm thinking it will probably take us to the same place, but yeah, let's fall. Okay, well, yeah, this one is this one is more like a centralized system where you can have one application submitted to several schools, but of course you have to pay application fee for each of them. But then if you don't want the central one, you can also go with the Illinois State. So this one is the Illinois State one. So then you have, first of all, you have to create an application, and we'll look at application quickly because I think today, yeah, we have time, and we'll go through the application because students tend to have questions about that as well. So we'll see. All right. Let's look at a few questions here. I think I have to check TikTok too. I forgot. So my main address is what for undergraduate scholarships. So yeah, I think I spoke about that. The undergraduate scholarships, check the schools that I recommend. Some of the schools you can look at Miami University, that one without SAT, you can still get a good scholarship. You can check on Widener University, you can check on Stetson University, you can check on Fisk University, you can check on Anna Maria. They tend to give 50% because Anna Maria, people apply without the SAT and they get like 50%. But I don't know. I'm thinking if you use the SAT, you can actually get more than that. So, and what again? There is Berea College. People recommend Berea College, but don't apply to Berea College. You have a low chance. For them, they require the SAT, and the SAT has to be very good for international students. And you also have to write essays about your community work and stuff. It's very competitive. So if you believe in yourself, fine, you can go ahead and then apply to Berea College, And then, I mean, there are a lot of schools like that. There is Livingston College in Salisbury, so you can check on all these things. Livingston College, the acceptance rate, I think, is very low. So undergraduates, you can check on those things. If you want to be safe and get a good scholarship, take the SAT. But if you want a small scholarship, 10,000, all these things, they don't help. Okay. All right, let's go to the comment section and respond to a few things. So Naz is from Pakistan. Wow. Apronti from Ghana with a Ghana flag. Max Tutorials is back from Ghana. Is watching from Ghana actually. Microcode says if a school requires you to fill a form concerning proof of funding during the application process, does it mean it will be impossible for them to give you funding? No. So in the application, they will ask you, do you want to be considered for funding? Then you have to say yes. But then for some schools, they will still require the proof of fund. If it is not required, when I say required, it means that you can actually submit the application without it. If that is the case, then submit the application without it. But if you have to provide that document before you can submit the application, then I guess you have to submit like that. Right, so that's just how it is. And yeah, it doesn't mean you will not be considered for funding opportunities. No, it's not like that. Because when you even apply to schools, you are just applying for admission. But if your application is competitive, they automatically consider you for funding. That's just how it is. So I don't think that affects you. If you are not sure, the way I am is that if I am not sure about something, I will not even start because I don't want to start and then have doubts about the thing. That doesn't really help. So if you're not sure, there are so many schools you can check, right? My okay. Samson is from Ghana. Nick King Realtors. I think I've seen this name. I don't know whether it's on WhatsApp or something. Hello, Shai. Can a recommender, especially a professional recommender, use a Gmail? No, it's not good. It doesn't show the person is a recommender. A recommender has to be somebody with a professional email, like a school email or company email. So if it's not like that, the school wouldn't believe you. Okay, Portia says, I've gained admission to Ohio State University, Masters in Social Work, but no graduate assistantship in a department. I want to apply for graduate assistantship in other department, in other non-academic department. Yeah, you can do that. The only thing is that it's difficult because depending on the other department, they might look for they might give the funding to people in their own department before they will consider external people. So that's the challenge, and I think you should have checked the social work program to make sure they have funding before you submit an application. Always you have to check for funding information. If they don't say anything like that, don't want to apply to the school. All right. Now says, how can we get assistantship program? Shall we email the professor? Currently I'm in Pakistan and I want to secure assistantship for my masters. I have spoken with a lot of people who kind of had advisors or supervisors before they came. But the reality is that these advisors, they don't really play any role in whether you get assistantship or not, or scholarship. Most of the time, it is just your application. They can look at your application and be like, okay, this application is good and all of that. But unless the school tells you that you need to secure an advisor, if the school doesn't say that, like Illinois State, they don't need you to get any advisor, because the advisor might not even have any role in whether you get assistantship or not. What matters is for you to check the requirements in the school. If there is something that is missing on the website, like funding or requirements, then you have to reach out to the coordinator or director of the program about your background, and whether if you want, you can send emails like that. But normally you don't have to send an email before you apply. A lot of people do it, but that doesn't really determine the funding that they get. I think it's just you meeting the requirements and then submitting a solid application. That's just how to get an assistantship. Edwina says, good evening, Shai. Taking into consideration funding and graduate assistantship, should one also consider private universities in the US? If you're coming to do undergraduate studies, then private universities tend to be very good with, like, generous with scholarships. But if you're coming to do masters or PhD, private universities, I don't think they are helpful unless you are going to Harvard or MIT. Those are also private universities, unless you are going to those schools. But most private universities, they are probably not helpful in terms of assistantship. If you want a good assistantship, you have to apply to a public university. So like Illinois State, Ohio University, like all those. That's what I think, actually. And please, what I say is based on what I know. Okay, like I've been here for 8 years plus, and I've seen a lot. I've helped so many people, right? So everything I say is based on what I know, and I try to be honest with you guys and all of that. But I can be wrong about something. So that's something to keep in mind, right? So when I say something, it's not like final. I can say this I-20 now, it doesn't look good, but if you feel like going, you can still go for the interview, right? So that's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Prince says, this is what I love about you. Oh wow, you say it as it is. Oh wow, that's good. That's a good compliment. My manager says, can you please give us the schools? I don't know. My manager, I think you asked about the undergraduate, and I think I've mentioned them. So yeah. Helen says, is there any school that gives full or partial scholarships for graduate students studying social work or even graduate assistantship? So social work, I think I can remember Ohio University. I don't know if I can't remember for sure, but I think Ohio University, and also I think Northern Illinois University. Check that and see. And people ask me, what school should I apply to if I want to do social work or history? Or all you have to do is, I've already recommended so many schools, right? I recommended 29 for MBA. I recommended 20 in general. What you have to do is to look at every single school that I've recommended. Check your program of interest and see what they offer.
you know better than me in terms of your program. So that's how you can tell whether a school offer. You just have to check for each of them. If the school doesn't state anything, then you can reach out to the director of the program or the coordinator. That's just how it is. People ask me, like, I want to do pharmacy. What schools do you recommend? Like, how am I supposed to, how is my brain supposed to be a database of all pharmacy programs or of all economics, of all geography? No, it doesn't work. I cannot, I don't know. Like, there's nobody in the world who knows. I'm telling you, there's nobody. Nobody knows. It doesn't work like that. What you have to do is to take the schools that are recommended to you, check on each school for your program of interest to see what they offer and see if it aligns with your career and you meet the requirements, and then you go ahead and apply. That's just how it is. Um okay where am I? Okay, now says if we should apply for fall intake 2025, shall I begin? Yeah, so applications have already opened for fall 2025. So right now you have to start gathering your application materials and start working on everything. By the end of December, you should apply for fall 2025, and by February March they will make a decision. So when you get a decision like an assistantship by March, then you can start processing your visa so that by August you are here. That's just how it is. Helene, okay, Portia is recommending schools to Helene East Tennessee State University. When I was coming to the US the first time, I was in the same flight with uh with somebody who was going to Illinois East Tennessee State University to do chemistry, and it was fully funded. So in case you want to do chemistry, and so we became friends and all of that. His name is Theophilus, and we're actually still in touch and all of that. So University of Georgia, Ohio University, yeah. So you can, yeah, I mentioned Ohio University as well. So you can check them and see. Now says, did you get assistantship offer from the university? Okay. But many says, is it okay to give the details of more recommenders than required, since I'm not sure if all will recommend me? Yeah, that's the challenge. Sometimes the school requires two, but then you don't know which of let's say the school requires two, but you have three recommenders. You don't know which of them is willing to submit. So it's like, okay, should I? I get your point. I know, but I don't know. I mean, you can go ahead and then go with all of them. It's not a big deal, right? I think you can go ahead and do all of them. When I was applying for PhD, I think a school will recommend. I had 5 people who were recommending me, right? So for some applications, I think maybe like 4 people recommended me, even though I needed 3. I think there was there were things like that. So oh, Portia, okay, so they give GA to PhD students. Yeah, for some schools, that's how it works. They only give GAs to PhD students, not master students. Yeah, yeah. Esther says, can I get GTA for non-thesis program? It depends. It depends on the program, and it depends on the school. I cannot really tell. It depends on, you have to check the school and see if they have a non-thesis track and whether they fund that one and all of that. I cannot really tell. But I mean, I think you should do the thesis because it helps. It's stressful. You might not like it, but at the end of the day, you achieve something. It's really important, right? Go through the difficult process. That's anybody who doesn't want to do something difficult can never enjoy anything good in life. It's just the way it is. Life is tough, but it's also enjoyable for those who have gone through the tough process. It's just the way it is. Coco says, have you heard about application fee being deferred to be paid together with fees? No, I haven't heard of that. But yeah. Coco, what if the school, a professor says students should contact them if they are interested in the research? So if the school says, yeah, you should contact the professor, then you have to look for an advisor. For some schools, especially schools, programs where there is a lab, you need to get an advisor before you are even admitted into the school. So in that case, you have to do that. But for most students or for most programs, you don't need anybody. You just have to meet the requirements and apply. Okay. Mandy says, are there opportunities for masters in fashion merchandising? I cannot really tell. That is when we don't have undergraduate programs in fashion in Nigeria. I mean, you can, that's something you have to check and see. I know Ohio University, they have textiles and all those stuff, but I don't know whether they fund those programs, so you can check and see. MFA says, I don't, I think they don't want to do the work by searching on the school. Yeah, that's the thing. If you don't want to do the work, it's really, it will take you a long time to come here. Like, if you, let's say you have a GPA of 2.6, right? You have a GPA of 2.6, and then all you know is let me apply, let me apply, let me apply. It will take you 5 years and you'll still not be here, because your situation requires you to correct the mistakes that you made during your program. So you have a GPA of 2.6, it's not good enough because most schools require 3.0. What that means is that you have to take the GRE, which is difficult. But if you're able to take the GRE and you do well, then you open up, a lot of opportunities for yourself. Or if you do the transcript evaluation, that is not guaranteed, but in some cases evaluation can help. So those are two options, two feasible options that you can, you can go with. But if you don't want to put in the work, you can pay a connection man to help you and all of that, but you get admission, but you not get a scholarship, a good assistantship, and then you go through the you go through the interview and then you'll be denied, and by then you would have wasted so much money. If you, I don't know, do some shady stuff and then you still end up in the US without a good scholarship, if your parents are not rich, forget it. You are coming to struggle, unless maybe you have family who are going to help you. Everybody's case is different. So yeah. Nature says, what will make me get a good scholarship or GA? Yeah, so I think I'll be mentioning them: your application materials, personal statements, resume. Your GPA plays a big role, and also your GRE, depend on the school. Some schools require it, so if you have it and you do well, the GRE can actually get more weight than your GPA, in most cases. MFS says, okay. Now says, people are saying there is no funding for spring or summer intake. That's actually, in most cases, getting a good scholarship or a good assistantship to start in spring is very difficult. If you want good scholarship, you make sure. People are not patient. Like, it baffles me. Like, I've come across so many students, they come to me, they don't have funding, I tell them, wait, apply for fall. They are like, no, I still want to go and try. If you go and try and you are denied, it doesn't help, because when you go for the visa interview again, you are starting from a position of denial. So it's like, how do you prove what has changed? How do you prove yourself? It's difficult if you've been denied before. So why don't you create the right condition and then go so that you are not denied? People don't listen. Like, it baffles me. When I came in, I took a break from this study abroad space, and when I came back, the things that I was seeing, and I don't know who has been deceiving these people, telling them, giving them false hope and wasting their time, wasting people's time. I don't know who. I don't know. I mean, obviously, I don't want to say things, but but I don't know why people will be telling you guys, go and use a loan and come. Hey, don't use a loan, oh. Don't use a loan, please. Don't use a loan. Don't use a loan. Nah, don't use a loan. If you use a loan, it's dangerous. Please don't use a loan. I don't know who started telling people to start using loans and encouraging people. And so when I came, to the space again, people approach me, if I have a loan, how do I, and all of that. I said, okay, fine, I'll make a video. And then I made a video, and man, no, I had to delete the videos, because what am I even doing? I realized what I'm doing is not even good. So I deleted those videos. You cannot use a loan to come to the US, because they'll give you a loan of 15,000 and then you have to pay like 50,000 back. Like, you don't know what is going on. You don't know what. So anyways, it is what it is, man. I will tell you what I will want to take from you based on many years of being in the US, and I've seen things. You don't know what's going on. So I want to tell you the truth. I don't gain anything telling people lies. I don't need views to feel good about myself. I make videos, and then when I make the video, I make the video as best as I can. If the video does well, fine. If it doesn't do well, I know I did what I had to do. I don't control whether people watch it, whether people want to believe the truth or not. I don't control that. So that's just how it is. And so let's continue with the comment. Edwina says, okay, lastly, if let's say you attend Legon and studied economics, but you want a lecturer who you've worked with on a research topic in UCC in economics department to submit a recommendation. So anybody, so long as the person is a faculty, the person can submit a recommendation letter for you. Anybody. The only thing is that sometimes, why is the person submitting the whole point about recommendation is that the person has to know you. So how does the person know you? That's the only. So the person has to explain how he or she knows you and that kind of thing. Maybe Afrifa says, I want to try a school in Canada for my master's degree in mathematics. Please, can you recommend any school for me? If you want to study in Canada, you can look at University of Saskatchewan. You can look at Manitoba. You can look at Ottawa. You can look at Guelph University. You can look at Calgary. Like all these schools that I mentioned, I know people who have been there before, all of them. So yeah, you can look at them. Edwina says, yeah, okay, Edwina, I've answered you. CC says, I'm a Gambian and some universities in the US waived English proficiency for people in my country. But I did my bachelor's in India. In India, it's not waived. Am I recommended to? This one I cannot tell. You have to send an email to the school. They will be in a better position to give you a better answer. This is not something I can really help with, because I cannot tell you something about a school that I don't know much about. So let's a shark says that they try the YouTube link, they work. That's strange. But just log on to YouTube, you see everything that just log on to YouTube, you see, like you see me live and you can ask your question. I didn't know TikTok has so wow. I don't know how I'm going to get through this and even begin the application. Z says my visa was denied. Well, it is one of those things. There will be setbacks in life, and it's up to you if you are willing to put in the work and then change the situation. Okay. Bolaji says, okay, Bolaji is from Nigeria. Chebi, I have my Chebi, I don't know what you mean. Legacy says, let's go back to mathematics. Melina says, any university waiving application fee for graduate students. So Melina, I don't know if you have been trying to apply to US schools in the past. If this is your first time and you're looking for application fee waiver, then that's fine. I have a video with about, I don't know, maybe like 10 schools that you can get application fee waived and apply and all of that. So you can check that video out on YouTube. But if this is the second time you are trying to get admission to US schools, don't look at any school that is waiving the application fee, because I don't like schools that are not requiring the application fee or even waiving the application fee. I mean, if they are waiving it, sometimes it's okay, especially if you attend an information session and then the school waives the application fee for you. Yeah, that's okay, because in that case, it's like not everybody is competing with you, right? Not everybody will get the waiver. So yeah, in that case, but most of the time, I don't like free application. I don't know, free application fee videos are the videos that actually do what? That's what everybody is looking for. It's crazy, but if you are really serious, you don't waste time on free application fees. Nah. I made a video about Ohio University and I said Ohio University, there are 211 students from Ghana. Every one of them paid application fee. So why don't you want to pay? It means you don't want to come. That's just how it is, right? Where I am, Eastern Law University, Northern Law University, there are so many Ghanaians here. The application fee, they all pay the application fee. So people who pay the application fee come. Those who don't want to pay and they want to use the waiver and free application fee, it doesn't really help. Unless your GPA is at least 3.5. If your GPA is good enough, then you can chase up free application fees and be able to come. But if your GPA is below 3.5 and you are chasing free application fee, there is a good chance you not be able to come. Like it doesn't help. But for undergraduate students, most schools waive the application fee, so that one is different. But for graduate students like you, I don't, I don't like that. I don't like students with chasing the application fee. When you go on YouTube right now and then you click free application fee videos, there are more than 100 of these videos. You know why? Because people make videos based on what people want. I have only one video that is about free application fee, and just one video, and then I made that video, I turned that video into shorts, but just one video about that. But if you go on YouTube, you see so many of these videos. Why? Because people want, that's what people want. And people have been trying for 3 years, 4 years. They don't get anything. Even those who are paying the application fee, some of them are struggling. You don't want to pay the application fee and you want to come. No. You have to invest into the process. Put the money into it. I'm not saying if you pay the money automatically you are coming. No. It might not even work because it takes a lot of things, personal statements, experiences, and all of that. But that gives you a better chance. That's just the reality. So, is it okay to apply as a transfer student director? I don't know. Every school is different. You would have to reach out to the school that you want to apply as a transfer student for them to tell you if it's okay based on your results and all of that. That's the best option. Can I please ask you a question? You can always ask a question. Okay, boy coded Miami. I don't know what that means. I have been asked if I can make an appeal by Illinois State University. I don't know what you mean by an appeal. Appeal about what? Were you denied? And I don't know. You should be clear enough. Samuel, okay. FO Milvomo says Ohio University is highly competitive now. That is the point. So I told you I've made a video that I'll post on Tuesday. Now, in that video, I mentioned that, because of the competitive nature of US schools, one thing that a student can do is to spend some time and do research on schools. Because right now, the thing is that, yes, I've recommended schools to you, right? Because I've recommended it to you, if let's say 1,000 people watch the video, what that means is that 1,000 people are going to see a lot about that school, and maybe 1,000 people are going to apply to that school or something. Or maybe if not, maybe to your specific program, let's say 10 people apply to your specific program. So you are competing with 10 people just because that school has been recommended. So normally, you even have to spend time, do research, and then don't apply to schools that people are recommending, because there are 5,000 of them, colleges and universities. And so if you spend some time, then you reduce the competition, right? If there are schools that Indians apply to, then if you are from Ghana, then apply to that school, because that gives you a better chance. But if there are so many Ghanaians in one school and you are going there, when I said Ohio University, when I went to Ohio University, there were not so many Ghanaians. But now, even personally, the number of people that I actually brought to Ohio University, so many of them, right? So many. So everybody is aware of Ohio University now, right? So like the video, the Ohio University video that I posted on TikTok, the last time I checked, I think it was like 100,000 views, right? So 100,000 people have seen it. Just imagine how does it means everybody will be trying to. So yeah, it's so competitive. So sometimes you just look at other schools as well. Hassan University gives partial scholarship. My problem is the SAT exam. So the SAT is difficult, but if the SAT is difficult, then it's like, maybe when you come to the US, how are you going to survive? Because US education is also difficult. You have to study and all of that. So life, that's just the way life is. Life, I will not come and tell you life is easy, and no, life is not easy. It takes I make videos and something you might think, oh, making videos are easy. No, it's not easy. It takes a lot of work, I'm telling you. And even combining that with my research and all of that, it's crazy. I finished my first paper before the summer break. Since I finished the summer break, I haven't worked on my paper. Like, I'm done with that paper, but I'm supposed to start a second paper. I haven't even started that one. I'm telling you, because I'm so busy, and that is why I'll tell you I'll make an announcement next week, because that is going to free me up a little bit and all of that. But yeah, well, do you want to know what the announcement is about? So yeah, I have to start working on my research right now, because right now, the good thing is that I am not lagging behind, because I'm actually ahead of my colleagues in terms of the research. I am done with my first paper. They are not done with it. So that is why I have the flexibility to do all of this. But I still want to, speed up things, because since the end of May, I haven't worked on my research. That's not cool. I have to, start working on it. So yeah, it is what it is. Um, Solo says I've gotten admission to University of Memphis, but no scholarship. How can I get an assistantship? I think I've explained this. It comes with your admission, how competitive your admission is. So, and also it depends on if the school actually offers funding to school. So you have to check that before you even submit an application. If you don't see funding or assistantship on their website, then don't waste your time on, in applying to that school. That's just how it is. Talk about application, the requirements needed for Illinois State University. I think I've talked about the requirements already. For 2 programs, I think mathematics and economics. Honorable says this school doesn't give graduate assistantship for prospective students. I don't know which school you mean. Are you all reading our comments? Are you all reading our comments? He is Cruz. You have to be patient. Don't just you know it's step by step. Though I try to read all the comments, but don't rush things. Yukon says 89% accepted. Sometimes it's crazy. I don't know what is wrong with human beings. Today somebody called me, and he called me on WhatsApp. I don't know who the person is. Then I told the person, why will you call somebody that has not asked you that you don't know? That's all I said. The person got angry. The person started insulting me. It doesn't even make any sense to me. How can you? Why will you try to get my number and reach out to me and insult me just like that? If I don't wanna, if I say I won't respond to your message, then trouble. I like to respond to messages, but well. Melina says any university waiving application fee. As it says, I got admission at Missouri Science and Technology with 15K scholarships. Yeah, Missouri University. I coached somebody who got about 15,000 too, I think. Yeah, but the person was coming to do her bachelor's degree in economics actually, and she was approved, but then she'll be coming in spring. His crew says go to his YouTube channel. He's reading the comments there. You see, that's why at some point I decided to just do the live stream on one platform, on just YouTube, so that I don't have to, deal with all of this. You guys, be patient. Is the application fee waived in this school? Illinois State, you have to pay the application fee. I haven't checked if it can be waived, but we can check if it can be waived. But that's not even my focus. I always like to be practical and do what I have to do. If I have to save money, I know it's difficult. Getting money is difficult. But the point is that I believe that if it must be done, it must be done well. That's just how it is. And you can also apply to schools. If you have done transcript evaluation, you can look at South Dakota, because the application fee is just $35, right? So if you want, so for me, my focus is not free application. My focus is, first, do I meet the requirements? Do they offer scholarships, like good assistantships or full scholarship, like based on my level? I have to check all of these things. Then I just go ahead and apply. That's all. I don't care about how much it is and all of that. I have to save money, because this thing, if everything works out and you get a good assistantship, your visa will be approved easily. If you have a good scholarship, a good assistantship, and then your visa is not approved, it means it's your fault, because it shouldn't be difficult. I cannot coach anybody with full scholarship and the person is denied. It can never happen. It has never happened before. No, it cannot happen, because if you have full scholarship, you've already taken care of most of the work, like 50%. So the rest, you just need a little push, honestly. But if you have partial and all of that, then it can be difficult, because who is funding the rest? All those things. Yeah, but it is what it is. Jerry says I have a GPA of 4.41 for diploma. I don't know what 4.41 is, honestly. I don't know. And if you have a diploma, the thing is that I have videos on YouTube. All everything you need is on YouTube. Like even what we are doing today, all you have to do is you can reach out to the school about your diploma. And for me, I think with a diploma, you probably have to do evaluation. I have been telling you guys, I am too practical, and for me, I will probably do a top up, get a degree, because the degree gives you more credits and also kind of helps with your GPA. Then I'll use the GPA to apply. That's what I would prefer. Because diploma, I don't know if it helps your chances of getting a good scholarship. I don't know. I doubt that. Chairman says, it's me says Wednesday is your interview. Chairman say all the best to you, okay? Chairman says, Chairman Habib says, can you please do a video on health course, especially public health? I guess you mean I should check public health in yeah, before I even look at public health. Public health, what I can tell you for sure is that public health programs, it's difficult to get a good scholarship. It's very difficult from the same department. It's very, very difficult. Public health programs, they don't fund. I coached a lady who went to Johns Hopkins, and she got like, is it 40,000 out of 93,000 or so to do public health. That's still a lot of the deficit was still huge. I mean, she was approved, and because of her job, and and the reasons she gave, like, but generally, public health is difficult. And Johns Hopkins is actually the number one public health university in the world. Actually, it's number one, and they only give it like 40,000. So that should tell you, public health, it's very difficult. So if I were in your shoes, I would look at something different, closely related to public health. But then, I mean, it's, of course, there are some schools that can actually fund you, so you have to check. I mean, you have to. It's all about research. Nana says, is GPA out there the same as here in Ghana? I have a GPA of 2.44. Can I 2.44? I don't know if it's out of 4.0. I mean, you have a very, very low chance. Aaron had a GPA of 2.5, right? Is it 5 or 4.5 or 5 or something? And he did evaluation. He took the GRE. That's what he did, right? And those are the feasible options for you. When he did the evaluation, his GPA shot up from 2.5 to 3.2, and that alone takes him above the minimum. Then he took the GRE. The GRE wasn't good, but the evaluation had already done the work for him. So he used the evaluation, and then he came here. So he spent a lot of money, and then he put in a lot of work. It is what it is. So that's why it's always about how much work are you willing to put into the process. Son of International Saint, I don't know what this is, but thank you. Taria shared a live, thank you. Solage says, tell me something small about Grambling State University. Grambling State, I think it was part of the undergraduate schools that I recommended. So you can check that video and see. You can see whatever I said there. It's on YouTube, so you can check it out. Jerry says, I don't have a problem with doing the evaluation. I really need your coaching. It's 4.41 out of 5.0. Yeah, I mean, anything that I would tell you is already in the videos that I've actually made. Honestly, once you do the evaluation, and then it becomes a degree, there is no guarantee that it will be evaluated to be a degree. But if it's evaluated to be a degree, then you just go ahead and apply. People don't need as much help as they think they need. Honestly, I think everybody needs help, but it's not. People think they need help with everything, but actually, most of the things you can actually do it. Honestly, especially with the videos that I have on my channel, like, they take care of so many things, right? As it says, how do I pay $74 with credit card so I can request for I-20 on? So you would have to know somebody in the US for the person to help you out. I tell students that in the past I would have paid it for you for free, and I'm not kidding. Those who know me, they will tell you. But I've been through so many things that I no longer do these things. Like, I've stopped. I will not take advantage of you. I will not charge you like $500 to do something for you or something. If I have to charge you, yes, I'll be reasonable. I'll even make it cheap, because if you like visa interview coaching, I charge $80, and even that one, what I do for you, if you consult Argo Visa, 1 hour or I think 30 minutes, they even charge you like $500 for 30 minutes of talking to you. And I can tell you that my coaching, what I will offer to you, when you talk to them, you are not even going to get 50% of what you get for my coaching. Because my coaching, I'm going to speak to you for 1 hour, help you with the answers, do mock session, like all of these things. So I try to make it cheap, but I will not make it free, because based on my experiences. So yeah, there are certain things I no longer do for free, but I will not take advantage of anybody. So that's just for you to know. But if I get the money from you, yes, I can do it for you. Service fee, if you send me the money, yeah, I can pay it for you. I'm not even going to charge you, anything. If you send me service fee, if you want me to pay your service fee for you, all I want to receive is maybe maybe 352. I will not charge you $400 like people are charging other people, and then they will say they care, like all those bullshit that they do. Like, I will not charge you that money. So yeah, when I see those things, it makes me so angry. But yeah, my point is that I will not take advantage of any student, but I don't do certain things for free anymore because people have done things to me, you guys have no idea. So it is what it is. So KS says, what do you do if your GPA is 2.99 and the minimum is 3.0? Well, reach out to the school. The school can actually allow you to apply like that. Reach out to the director or the coordinator of the program. Or in your case, if you do an evaluation, it will actually be better. It could be like maybe 3.3 or something. So you can consider doing that. Okay. So let's look at so let's create the application because I think I want to do this. So first of all, let me just enter my email. This is just how you create an application. And then my first name, let's say Shai, and then let me say, those of you who want to think this is my date of birth, it's not my date of birth. I just like something simple. So let's go. So they've sent me a temporary pin. All I have to do is check the temporary pin, and then where is it? So the temporary pin is 437764. Date of birth. I think I chose 2000. Okay, so then we log in, and then we have to create a password. So then we can, I don't know if I should say, well, anyways. So once you create an account, this is what you get. Then you can start the application. So start application. Then you have to choose a semester. I think I used the wrong application. So yeah, this is where I was supposed to go to. I think I was doing the undergraduate application. I didn't check that, so I have to go back, and then I think I still, that's why I think I should have just go with this one, because this is for undergraduate, because I think what I used was I guess it is what it is. So I have to create another. I don't know if I don't have an account yet, but yeah, so I have to create an account, and let me just let's see. Okay. Oh no, I think I use this one here. Then I have to create an email. Okay. Then my phone number. It's but I mean, I can use Ghana. So I don't know what this number. If this is your number, let me know. 1, 2, 4. They will not even. Okay. What are they saying? They will not even let me see what is going on for me to know if the number is correct or not. Okay. Well, I can find a way. Let me paste it here and see if. Let me just 24 22 24 556. What's going on? What was the first one that I put? Is it the different number? They are trying to stress me. Okay. 24 22 24 556. But why? Oh,
I wasn't thinking alternative phone number. I don't need to put one. So, anyways, this one it is. It should be a different number. Basically, that's what the whole thing is about. Okay, so. All right, then let's agree with. Are you? No. Oh. Ah, they say the email is already registered. I didn't even realize this. When did I use this thing? Okay, I think I have this Gradcast account. I think that's why. So I have to. You know why I got this account? This account was when Fred. This thing goes back to Fred actually. It was when it was the Eastern Michigan account when Fred posted the so-called application fee code, and so I decided to create the graduates account, and so Eastern Michigan. So this thing is from Eastern Michigan. All those things, they will be honest with you, and then they will just if I get angry right now, they'll be like, oh, ShaiPod. Well, so I think that's how come I don't even remember what I put there. I don't remember what I used. So I will have to forget it. Okay, and I don't know. Let me see if they've sent me a code. Yeah, it is what it is. Okay. So yeah, it's just just straightforward. It's just create the account and then just fill it out. Have an account, but okay, let me do something. Okay. Give me a second. Let me fix this thing. I'm trying to fix it. Okay. Okay. So I've fixed it. Let me log in. It's just sometimes you'll be frustrated, but it doesn't mean it's hard. It's not hard. Students don't want to put in the work, but it's not really not hard. Sometimes you realize that you've made one mistake, then you have to just correct it. So thought I'd fix this thing. Let me do it this way and see. Okay, maybe. So let me show you. So like I told you, this application, I filled it because of that thing that Fred posted and all of that, and I wanted to make sure, because the application fee didn't say anything about graduate or undergraduate, and I came and I wasted my time. It was part of the reasons why I got angry and I blasted him like that, because why will you not be clear with students, and somebody will see. So Eastern Michigan, so see, this one I did it just because of Fred effect. I don't like people misleading people and all of that kind of thing. So here you can see, and I entered application code and it didn't work and all of that. So just what it is. I just don't like the study abroad space. I don't know why people get things easier and then they come here and then they start misbehaving. So that's just, I just don't like people taking advantage of students like that. So as you guys can see, I didn't plan for this, but it just turned out this is something I've already. So so then I have to search for the school, and what's the name of which school are we? Okay, Illinois State. Then I have to search for it and add it, because I already had an account, it has made everything so difficult for me here. But let's say we are starting in fall. Then the program is I hope you guys can see everything I'm doing here. So just simple, just that, because of where I had to start from. But so I have done the filters, and then now I can see the program. So I don't know, it depends on the program that we want, but we can let's say anthropology, right? So this is something about the school, and then graduate school. What are these people? They are just taking me. This is where students get frustrated, because when the thing is not working out the way they expect it to, then they get frustrated. And okay, submit. This thing that is here is making everything. I didn't anticipate this, so it's like I'm struggling to go through this thing. Okay, my application. Because these selected programs. Okay. Yeah, I think because it's possible that it's just something simple and I'm here struggling like that. Sometimes when you're under pressure, you struggle with certain like simple things. So Illinois State, let's apply the filter. Okay. Natural science. So here they are saying that they can waive it if you have economic hardship, and this one you have to prove to them. And this one is probably for those in the US. The economic hardship is probably for those in the US. Normally economic hardship has nothing to do with an international student, because I don't know why they are not allowing me to. So I think I have to just press this one. Once I click on this, I think it will be added. So this small thing, I've been just going round, and I'm struggling, but I'm sure if I click on this, so that's it. So sometimes it's just like that too. Like, now let's go to, so here you see it, right? Just a small thing. Sometimes that's just how it is. It's just a small thing. Let me delete this East Michigan thing. It even annoys me. As soon as I saw it, I got angry again because of because I wasted my time on it. So then this is just application. Once you click on it, it tells you everything you need to know. Then the questions you have to answer these questions. So the thing is that I've already filled out everything already. That's why you see the green thing. So it has already been populated. That's why I don't have to do all of those things again. Have you been previously attended? No. Who are you? Do you have any relatives who attend? No. Here, it's asking a question, but then it doesn't allow me to say no, right? But then there is no star, so I can just skip it and then look at only the ones with the star. The ones with the star means they are required. You have to have an answer. Are you currently or no? When did you graduate high school? This one you just have to provide an information. I don't know, maybe 2021 or something, and I don't know anything. Email address. All these things are stressing me like that. That's what some student will be feeling like. Yeah, this thing is stressing me. Yeah, but so yeah, we can just go like this. All these things just F1 academic. Anyways, so it's like let
Let me put Cape Coast. Let me say Central. I don't know. So that's, you have to do all of this, but the postal code. People ask me sometimes. The postal code, it doesn't really. You can put 00233. You can put 00. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it makes any difference. So, have you been convicted? All these things. Type of student. International. Are you seeking to enroll full time? Yes, full time always. So here, applicants interested in securing funding through the mathematics program. So here it's like, they're asking, what do you want? So you can just go with the full graduate. I don't know if you want to go with a partial too, but if you want, you can go with both, and select the number of actuarial science exams you have passed. I don't know. Mode of instruction, always have told you on campus, right? Then I have read. Then you can just save and continue. Save. So everything checked out. That's why there is no. So then I have to upload documents, personal statements. Once you upload everything, you come to recommendation. Then you add the recommendation request. So request, the way it works is that you submit the person's details, right? And then you send him. You add a message. Maybe, hello professor. This is Shaibu, and I'm submitting an application for this. I will appreciate it if you can submit a recommendation letter on my behalf. Something like then. Here I waive the right of access to this recommendation. Here you have to go with yes. If you say no, it means that you want to see exactly what the person says about you. So the way this recommendation works is that the person will be given a link, and the person will click on the link, and then there are specific questions. So this one, it's not like the person has to submit like a form, pre-written form or something. No, it's just the person gets the email, the person clicks on the link, and then the person has to they will ask the person, how well do you know this person, how do you attest for this person's leadership, and questions like that. And the person has to write certain things about you. That's just how it is. And then here it says permission to contact. You have to give it a permission, because the person has to submit something for you. Then here, permission for schools to contact you. Then once, because I've not filled it out, so it doesn't allow me to save this. Then so you have to save it for all of them, and then once you finish, you can go to submit application here, and then you can, by then, if everything is full, then you can just go ahead and submit, and then it will take you to the next page where you are going to pay the application fee. There you just have to enter payment details, and that's just it. It's just simple and straightforward. So this is just how the application process works. Kobe, what is wrong with you? I hope you guys can see. So those of you on YouTube, I'm sure you can see. So this is what Kobe is doing. No visa appointment date, any help, no visa. So why will you put one comment so many times? Like, how does that help? Like, if the same thing, you've put it there like 7 times. Like, what do you gain from this? Like, what's the whole point? Like, it's pointless. Like, if I want to respond to it, and even when it comes to appointment issues, I am not in control of that. I help students with how to apply, how to do all these things, interviews, and appointments. I am not in control of appointments. So if you ask me, how am I supposed to help with that? Mrs. Are there schools offering scholarships in the US? I'm not too sure what your question is about, but I've probably answered your question already. This type of recommendation is best for Ghanaian students. Yeah, generally this is the type of recommendation letter that schools want. It's the online recommendation. That way, the recommender is able to give specific recommendation about you, which is a good thing, instead of a general one where the person writes something general which is submitted to so many schools. That's not what they want. Most of the time they want the online one. Okay, let me see if they allow you to. Sometimes they like the general, but they can also allow you to upload. Let me see if this one allows uploading. No, it doesn't allow you to upload. Okay, let's see if it allows you to upload. Yeah, this one doesn't allow you to upload. Yeah, so yeah, I actually like this one because it's better. Anyways, Masters in Information System does not require statement of purpose nor recommendation letters. Okay. Well, let me check YouTube. I think we're probably running out of time. So let's see. YouTube. Wow, it looks like a lot of comments. Okay, let's see. Oh wow, less than I don't know if I'll be able to get through this because okay. Momeni says Shai recommend some schools for masters in economics with funding. Masters in economics is a really a deep. So on Tuesday I'm posting a video and I say something about my application to PhD. It's something crazy and it's actually true. But yeah, economics programs are kind of very competitive. I don't know. It's economics is very difficult these days. But you can look at Kent State, you can look at Ohio University, you can look at Illinois State, you can look at Eastern Illinois used to be one place that people go to do economics, but they've closed the program, so that program is no longer there. But the Illinois State, would have, been Eastern Illinois would have been another option for you to be funded to do economics. Benedict says, how do you search for schools waiving graduate application fee? You just search for it. You use Google to search for it, and also depend on people you follow, or like LinkedIn, you can come across certain things and all. But most of the time, you just have to search for it. And also, this comes also with experience. If you are familiar with schools offering this in the past, then you have to check again and to make sure if they will offer it again and all of that. But please don't waste your time on schools waiving the application fee. It's not helpful. I don't know. It's not helpful. I will not waste my time on schools like that. But yeah, and also, I mean, for some schools, for a lot of schools, actually, they might not even say they waive it, but if you apply, they can actually waive it for you. Like if you attend an information session, they can actually waive it for you at the end of it. So for some schools, that's how it works. So is it okay to send an email telling them you have a low GPA and why you did? You can send an email like that if you have a low GPA, but before that, you have to have a GRE, a good GRE, to justify whatever you are telling them. Maybe you fell sick, emotional, maybe broken hearts. I mean, all those things you can, but you have to make sure you have to make sure you have a good reason, and you should have a GRE to help out with that. Voch says evaluation is $235. Yeah, it's crazy. It's a lot of money, but it is what it is. Okay, what else is here? I don't know. This thing is a lot. Microcode says, okay, give the live stream a like. That's good. I got an admission to one school but no funding because it's on rolling basis. Should I proceed with my I-20 or wait for funding? If you don't have funding, get funding first, because why will you apply for the visa if you don't have funding? It doesn't help you. Get the funding first. That's just how it is. And I don't know if you want to come in spring, but if you wait for fall, maybe you can get something better. I don't know. Clement says you had an on-campus job that covers half tuition plus half load of tuition. Is it a good combo? What do you buy loan of tuition? For me, anything loan, I just want to stay away from it, because man, no, loan. I have been here for a while, and when I tell you loan, run away from it, please. Samuel says the process needs dedication to researching the schools and program of choice, then to the other perks. It's always good to start 6 months before deadline. Yeah, I mean, if you want to apply, if you want to come to the US next year, you still have a lot of time, because we are in October. You can spend some time and do the research, and you can, do a lot of research. There are so many schools in the US, so. Henry says, please talk about the requirements needed in this Illinois state. I've already talked about the Illinois state. It's just that the requirements are generally the same. Like, generally they are the same. Personal statements, resume, recommendation letters. That's all. And then depend on the program, GRE, and some of them will tell you the GRE scores that they accept and all of that. So you hardly get admission into schools that give free application fees, for real. Yeah, I mean, you can even get admission but you not get any scholarship. Like, that's why I keep telling students, I don't know how we got here. Like, it actually doesn't make me happy why we got here. Why sometimes I will post a video and then the video is about scholarship and assistantship opportunities in the school, and somebody's asking me, is there a waiver? Or I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, and such a person has probably been looking for waivers for years, and the person is not here. So why don't you change the strategy and realize that this is not working? Either you invest or just forget about studying abroad. That's just how it is. But then if you have a GPA which is above 3.5, then go ahead and then go with the waivers. Then that's a good, then you have a good chance. But if your GPA is 3.1, you are looking for waivers. Hey, be careful. Don't waste your time. I don't want people to waste their time at all. Then it says, is it worth to attend a US school, which is a private one, and do private school, and do the private schools offer good scholarship or assistantships? So it depends on which level, and this is something I've already talked about, right? Depending on your level. If it's undergraduate, private universities, they tend to be good with good scholarship. With if it's graduates, then public universities, honestly, based on my experiences. Okay, Marian says, I've sent cold emails to professors but no response. Can I go ahead and cold emails are not going to get you response all the time. Sometimes you get a response, sometimes you don't get a response. Cold emails don't decide whether you get admission, or everything is based on the requirement. If you meet the requirement, go ahead and apply, unless the school tells you to send a cold email, because cold email will not do anything for you. Like in most cases, it doesn't do anything, honestly. So I don't know this obsession with cold email, but it doesn't really most of the time. Like somebody will say, oh, I sent a cold email and I'm here. Yeah, it's possible that you send a cold email, but you still have been here without a cold email, right? So I've sent. Okay, so check the requirements. If you meet the requirements and you submit a good application, you have a good chance. That's what you focus on. You have to focus on yourself, not the cold email reply. Nah. So check, and also, of course, I always say, I've been saying it a lot, so always make sure the school has clearly stated that they offer assistantship before you apply, so that you don't waste your application fee. Space says, please can you check how application for South Dakota work during, especially for, it's a bit confusing. Well, I can look at it next week. Every week I just want to focus on one school. I don't want to do too many things at the same time. It doesn't help, right? So like, and the process is the same, but we'll look at that next. Yeah, we can look at South Dakota next week. But the one asking this, you have to understand that South Dakota states, they require an evaluation. So if that's something you want, you have to make sure you have an evaluation. You've done the evaluation, okay? Now says, can't we get assistantship offer for masters? I don't know what you mean, but everybody can get, depend on your, you meeting the requirements and all of that. Junior says, kindly talk about higher education programs. It's the same thing. All the programs, the same process, right? Everything is just the same. Just that it's a different program, but the process is just the same. Coco says, if the announcement is about marriage, then I'm available. I somebody who is single, how can a person be talking about marriage? Nah, marriage is not. It's not. I am not thinking about marriage at all. Not at all. Emmanuel says, what GRS in funding? GRS is partial tuition waiver. It's more like, it's technically full tuition waiver, but then the way it works is that they give you partial tuition waiver and then you pay the partial, so that they will give you stipend. So the stipend that they give you, if you use it to pay your school fees, it's more like full tuition waiver without stipend. Okay, that's how GRS works. Rafe says, is it impossible for no scholarship and using Empower to get? Please, Empower, don't use Empower. Okay, don't use any kind of loan. It's not good. Space says, I'm seeing 93 for masters in engineering in South Dakota. South Dakota State application fee is always $35, but I don't know, maybe engineering I cannot tell, but what I know is that South Dakota is $35. That says, is it important to do West? Well, it depends. West is not for everybody. It depends on the school. It depends on your GPA and all of that. It depends on different things. Mandy says, West is not for all schools. Okay. Dennis says, can you do an evaluation with where the BS and then use for many schools who request it? Yeah, you can do that, but there is a fee. I think there is a fee after 3 schools. So I don't remember how it works, but you can check it out. I did an evaluation in 2016, and that was the only time I did an evaluation. So can you get a letter from the recommender and upload it? For some schools, I think in the past you can upload it, and then also they have the option of uploading it, and then you can also use the online. But now, based on what we saw, it looks like the online is what is there. So the online is better. So just speak with your recommender and then go with the online. It's better. It's actually better. So Akuna says, then God brought me here and God bless you. Oh wow, that's good to know. That's please, those of us out of secondary school for long and is seeking scholarship, is there a chance? Well, if you just finish high school, it depends on certain things. It depends on how you did in high school, because I can, or it also depends on if you can take the SAT and then do what. Because to do your masters, you need a good SAT. To do your undergraduate studies, you need a good SAT score. Like if you want a good scholarship. But then when you get a good scholarship and then you go, it also depends on what you have been doing since you finish high school, right? So another thing is, for me, I always like to be practical. If I were, let's say, in Ghana, and then I finished high school maybe 8 years ago, and I want to do my bachelor's and master's, I will go to the university in my country. I don't know, university in the country too, so it's also difficult. That's the thing, because they have minimum WASI requirements and like all those things. But if you can go to a private university if you can afford it, then when you finish, so that you can get a good GP and then come to the US to do your masters and your PhD, I will probably go that route, because that one, it saves you from the visa officer wondering why you've not been in school for a long time, and all those things. I don't know, I will probably go that route. But yeah, you can also, if you want, you can also take the SAT, which is also difficult. If you take it and then you do well, you can get a good scholarship. If you have a good scholarship, it saves you from a lot of things. It makes it easy for your visa to be approved. So Shai, is it necessary to do transcript evaluation to boost your GPA if the school doesn't require it? So yeah, I mean, if the school doesn't require it and you have done evaluation, you can merge the two transcripts, right? One, so you can bring the evaluated one first and then the main one second, so that you combine them as one document. You can do that and see. You guys should finish Shai with questions. Karen, why? Eric says, I'm sorry, can you just help to answer the dates? Because if you don't have an appointment date, I cannot do anything. All I can tell you is that you have to be checking every morning. They tend to post new dates like every dawn, depending on your country. So every dawn you have to check, keep checking. That's the only thing. There is nothing else that anybody can do for you, honestly. If you keep checking, I'm sure you get something. And you have to wait until maybe December or November. If you still don't get a date, then there is an emergency appointment available. Use the emergency appointment. I don't know all this. I don't get it. I have not gotten a date, and somebody will reach out and then be like, I'm coming in spring. I still don't have a date, and we are in September. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, we are not even in November. So what is this? I don't have a date. What is it about? Why can't you wait? I don't. You guys, no. You have to wait. Keep searching. Wake up every morning, 5 a.m. and be checking. If you don't get, and then we get to November, then you can apply for emergency. You'll be approved, and then you can go for your interview. So guys, don't stress yourself with this. I don't have a date, and right now you can start preparing for the interview. Work on your answers and stuff like that. That's what you should be doing now. Okay. Abdul says, hi man, I've been admitted to a school with a deficit of 33 and scholarship of 25. Yeah, it's not too bad, but the deficit is still a lot, man. 33 is less than half. It's, in a situation like this, the question is, who is sponsoring you? Because who is sponsoring you makes a big difference. So who is sponsoring you, that can answer the question. So yeah. So let me just finish with TikTok, and then let me Danso says South Dakota is $93. Huh. Mike says, I just joined. Hello. Yeah, Mike, you can watch everything again, like it will be on YouTube, so you can watch it. Bill says, can I apply with both my diploma and HND for a good GPA? I don't know how. I don't know. You can try that and see. I don't know. Unfortunately, applications for fall has to wait till spring is done. It's really worrying. What is worrying? Like, there's nothing worrying. Just wait. That's all. If you want a better funding, apply for fall. Wait, and there's nothing wrong with waiting. We don't like to wait. All of us, we are quick. Hey, no, I cannot wait. I need to get this. No. We have to wait. Sometimes that's the only option. Okay. What are my chances of getting scholarship with HND and degree? Yeah, it's just like anybody using a degree. It's just the same thing, right? If you have HND and you've done a top up to get a degree, it's just like anybody using a degree. It means you've done a lot of courses. You have a lot of credit hours, and depending on how good your GPA is, you can get into a school with a good scholarship and all of that. can you check the masters in GIS out? I want to be sure I'm not hallucinating. Somebody even said I should check public health, but I've not even, because of all these questions, I don't know. I'm even lost track. Okay, where was it? Oh, okay. Let me check the public. I promised the person. Let me just look at it quickly. But let's check more. Public health. I don't even know if they have public health here. Public health. What I can say is they don't really fund well, but the other persons. What did the other person even say? What did the other person say? Huh. What did the other? I hope you guys can hear. Ambulance. That's what it is. I don't remember what the other person said. The other school that the person said. Because I'm trying to check. Okay, GIS. Okay, that's GIS is more like geography, right? Let me see if I'll see GIS and then public health. I don't think I'll see public health here. Public health and then GIS. I don't think there's public health. There is social work here. Let me open social work and see. So there's social work with specialization in child and family practice. So you can check. Okay, there's public health, but the public health here is online. So online, yeah, forget about it. Okay, you have to look at other schools. I don't see GIS, so I don't see GIS here. So, or maybe did I skip it? I don't see GIS. Is there even geography? Yeah, there should be geography. I don't know. So yeah, it's the same thing. You can actually check and so the public health. So the social work, I will believe that they have assistantship because it's here, right? So if you're not sure, you can reach out to them and tell them you can fill this form and then let them know your background, and you can attach your resume, your transcript or something if you want. But yeah, but I think social work, I think it came up at some point. So social work, you can check Illinois State. Okay. Let me see something. And somebody asked about education program. So Alasan, this is what he's doing, college student personnel. So this one, college student personnel administration. That's what he is doing, right? This thing is for all. It looks like for all the programs. That's why at some point I was like, maybe you have to find out more because it looks like, but it's on their page. So that's why I'm thinking, they just copy the same thing, but they are all funding. So that's what he's doing. So education, that's one thing. For education programs, Ohio University has a lot of education programs and they fund, so you can check them out. Okay. All right. So it's the channel on your YouTube account. Yeah. So on YouTube, on my on TikTok account. Sorry, on my TikTok account, you see YouTube channel. You see there. You can click on it, or you can also search for Shy Guys on YouTube. You see it. Okay. Let me see something quickly. State University. Let's say international application fee. No, international graduates. Let me make it clear. International graduate application. So international graduates. I mean, I think it's $35. I don't know, but that's what international graduates. It's $35. Okay, so I don't know. You say engineering. Let me just put engineering here and see. Engineering. I don't know what you saw, but you can probably check it well. I don't know if you meant the school, but for South Dakota engineering, it's 35. Normally it's the same for everybody, right? I'm getting discouragement from doing masters in supply chain and management. Is it a bad course? Well, it's not necessarily that a course is bad. It's more about do schools offer it? Are there many schools that are offering the program, right? That kind of thing. And if they are offering it, are they fund? Are you going to get funding? So supply chain, probably have to look for data analytics or MBA accounting. You might get programs like that. MBA, I've recommended a lot of schools, so you can check those schools and see. That's what I can say. So TikTok, Aisha, hi Aisha. So TikTok, we are done. We are done here for TikTok. Now let's do YouTube, and then let's end it. Let's continue because it's close to 2 hours, man. That's a lot of work. Please, what is the meaning of official transcript from your school sent to? And is it the NACES people who will send it or your school? Official transcript means that it has to come from your school, so from the registrar of your school. So it means it should not come from you. You should not post it to them. The school should post it to wherever they want it. So that's official transcript. Unofficial is more like the one you upload in the application. And also official can also be when you come to school, right? When you come to the US, the school will tell you to present that transcript that you got from the school, like official one, like the paper one. So that's also NKB says he has gotten admission to Southern Law University, Edwardsville, and I've been awarded the deficit. I will not say this is okay. If you have a father who can, or a mother who can actually take care of it genuinely, then fine. But if you don't have anybody and you are thinking you are coming to the US, and it's not easy like that. Okay, so guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. It's tiring, but yeah, I have an announcement next week. Hopefully, it depends on if I'm done with what I'm doing and all of that. So, all the best to you and take care of yourselves. Bye bye.
Hi, welcome to my first video. My name is ShaiPod. The goal of this channel is first to help students get admission and funding into schools abroad. Secondly, to help students get their visas approved. And finally, to help students navigate through life in a foreign country. If any of these interests you, consider subscribing to the channel so that you don't miss any of my future videos. I intend to post 2 long videos every week. I have been living in the US for the past 8 years, helping so many students with their study abroad journey. I have never been denied a visa. In fact, I got the first visa approved in 2016 for my first master's degree in the US. And then I went for the visa interview again for the renewal in 2019. This was during my second master's degree. In 2022, I used the visa waiver option to get my visa approved without leaving the US. I've coached so many students get their visas approved since 2017. So if you are preparing for your visa interview,